Imagine the kind of stress that guy was under. He was under so much stress he had to get anesthetized every night.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine.
I knew there was something that from things I've witnessed about him that I almost felt like an obligation to speak up on his behalf as he left a void. He was going through so much. There were so many people that wanted a part of him, trying to control him.
When Michael Jackson died, the world searched for answers. The investigation ultimately concluded with his personal physician being convicted of involuntary manslaughter, leading many to believe the case had been settled. Yet for those who knew Jackson best, the questions surrounding his final months never fully disappeared, and their reflections have continued to shape discussions about the circumstances leading up to his death.
I remember when he signed off that it was finalized that he would be doing the This Is It show in London. And when that started to format itself, that's when he said to me, he said, "Bill, now you're going to see the vultures coming."
Michael Jackson's former bodyguard, Bill Whitfield, recalled a conversation with the singer shortly before everything changed. At the time, it seemed unremarkable, but after the This Is It concerts were announced, those words took on a new significance. Whitfield said he watched Michael's world change almost overnight, as people who had been absent for years suddenly wanted to be involved again. With the comeback tour officially underway, he observed that Jackson quickly became the center of attention as interest in the highly anticipated return continued to grow.
I didn't understand what that meant at the time, but as things progressed, he was talking about people that he hadn't heard from in years, because it was a big thing for him to put together a tour. So everybody and anybody wanted to be part of it. And there was going to be people trying to outdo one another. I did see it. I received phone calls from so many people that were trying to reach him. So I understood it then, what he meant by it.
Bill Whitfield also reflected on another side of Michael Jackson's life, explaining why he believed the singer's trusting nature and generosity made him vulnerable to exploitation. He shared his perspective on how Michael's kindness toward children was interpreted by others, and how the allegations that followed permanently changed the course of Jackson's life and public image.
I think some people just took advantage of his relationship with children, that he invited into his home. Some kids were cancer patients that he helped get through, took care of their medical bills. Others that he welcomed to Neverland, and they would stay. Some people took advantage of him. He was a target, and they accused him of certain things. And there are people going after him financially when they feel that he did something to their kid. I mean, come on, as a parent, there's no amount of money in the world that would satisfy me, if you did something to mine. So they went after him financially.
Conversation continued. Bill Whitfield was asked about another subject that has sparked debate for years: Michael Jackson's business empire and the remarkable collection of assets he controlled. The discussion shifted from Jackson's personal life to the extraordinary financial legacy he built throughout his career.
Does he played a part in some people not like him?
Well, him owning the Beatles catalog was huge. And him obtaining it certainly ruined some friendships. But he was powerful to own that. Now, how much of a part did it play, in his passing? I don't know. I really don't know, but I do know that he owned a big portion of something that, unfortunately, his estate no longer owns.
Bill Whitfield explained that behind the scenes, there was another reality the public rarely witnessed. He recalled the constant responsibility of protecting not only Michael Jackson, but also those closest to him, describing the immense pressure and vigilance required to ensure their safety every day.
Cool. He was very adamant about his kids living a normal life, right?
Absolutely. We shielded his kids from a lot of the, I want to say, madness, craziness that was going on. So they were unaware we would be staying at hotels and we would receive death threats or threatening letters dropped off at the front desk. And I would make the call that we're going to leave. And we would leave in the middle of the night without anyone knowing. And the kids just didn't know that why we were leaving.
The conversation then shifts to the day everything changed. Bill Whitfield recalls where he was when the first reports about Michael Jackson began to emerge and describes the moment he realized the news was true. Looking back, he explains how time seemed to stand still, reflecting on the profound impact Jackson's death had on someone who had stood beside him every day.
So I didn't believe it. And she said, well, it's all over the news. So I turned the TV on. And as I turned the TV on, his brother Jermaine was coming to the podium. And that's when he made the announcement. And that's when I knew it was real. I didn't believe it, but I knew it was true. Or pity I didn't want to believe it. And everything was at a standstill for me. Because I didn't know what my next move was. I didn't know. I was concerned for the kids, what's going on with them. I just didn't, I was kind of stuck mentally. So I didn't know what was going on.
Bill Whitfield was then asked for his perspective on what may have contributed to Michael Jackson's death. Rather than pointing to a single cause, he reflected on the intense pressures Jackson faced during his final months and the many people and circumstances that surrounded his life, offering his personal opinion on the challenges the singer was dealing with at the time.
I often told people, and I'm a stand by it. I tell people Michael Jackson left. That's what I tell people. I tell people he left. He left this world. This world was mean to him. When people ask me, what do I think killed him? I tell them stress certainly played its role. He was going through so much. There were so many people that wanted a part of him, trying to control him. I don't know the true dynamics behind his passing, but I do believe there was several pieces of involvement, not just one.
Michael Jackson's former bodyguard, Matt Fiddes, also reflected on the extraordinary security measures that surrounded the singer throughout his life. From his perspective, the extensive protection was not simply a consequence of fame, but a response to the constant risks that came with being one of the world's most recognizable figures. Fiddes recalled the ongoing security concerns and frequent threats Jackson faced, before sharing memories of a deeply personal conversation that left a lasting impression on him.